City of Nazareth.
Hello. My favorite book currently, I've probably read it 3 times in the past 2 years, is the autobiography of a yogi by Yogananda, who was a Hindu guru who came to the U.S. back in the 1930s, I believe. And one of the prime purposes of his life mission was to teach the unity of religion in the East and the West. So, I don't really be having much to say. So I'm gonna leave this home and get out y'all way. When Talam said, this, the most spiritual art, what I heard was, spoken word is the art of getting to know God for a living. But to make a living getting to know life is a dangerously small circle with the deadliest price. For no one who loves you initially wants to believe that you would do nothing with your talent and or degrees other than stand in front of crowds and speak in rhythms, performing exorcisms with lyricism, because there ain't no money in the salvation business of self and kind. Especially with the salvation rhymes while holding mirrors up to the eyes of anyone looking in its direction. Plus prophets don't get the profit off their own lives, and usually aren't considered prophets until they die, for the very reasons they tried to explain they were alive. But once the caskets close and the urns are disposed of, the conspirators gather around to show the dead prophets love, because the prophets, in reminiscing over what was once considered to be the bane of one's existence. Remember, Jesus was slain by members of his own religion. Christianity was not yet existent, though parts of its evolution give his life but one dimension. I hear he was totally divine and totally human, preaching the gospel in casual conversations with prostitutes, transmuting water into wine. I'm sure he drank some too, because in Hebrew celebrations, that's what they sometimes do. Doesn't make him any less divine, does make him more approachable. Because the way that the Almighty is usually portrayed, getting closer to the Most High puts most right feet in the grave. But a soul of Jesus' stature was so alive and so brave that the beaches where you want to go on vacay, he would go just to walk on the waves. But the people claiming to have the most faith nowadays be living the most afraid. How you believe in God scared of creations that live in submission to divine will? How you believe in God scared when dominion over creation was one of the first divine gifts? And God said you could have whatever you like way before T.I. did, but I understand. When dealing with the word, it's all about letter placement. See, I realized as I was writing these lines that the same letters used to spell scared can be rearranged to spell sacred, and in this matrix you are one or the other, you can't be both. Well, technically you could, but it wouldn't be conducive to growth. And no, faith does not mean life presents itself just as you hope. Faith means however life presents itself, you will be able to cope with a smile on your soul like, don't I make this look easy? Don't my stare look like it's healing? Don't my laughter remind you of children? Don't my posture look like I'm always chilling? We be going through the same drama, but don't I always look different? That's just the result of getting to know life for a living. The outside is difficult still. The inside, however, is just still. For stability within the motions of life is God's will. Stability within the motions of life is God's will. Stability within the motions of peace, be still. Peace, be still, but even if it's not, I will still be peace.